console wars, PlayStation versus Xbox versus Nintendo, the most interesting debate in the world of gaming. And today, I and two friends, Oscar and Elliot, attempt to solve this debate once and for all, with Oscar fighting for PlayStation, Elliot fighting for Xbox, and me for Nintendo. Honestly, PlayStation isn't that bad, but I cannot understand why anybody likes Xbox. I mean, yeah, no, Nintendo is way better than PlayStation and Xbox. And to me, honestly, PlayStation and Xbox are basically just like the same company, because they do the same shit. They all improve marginally with graphics every single console release. It's all the same, slick, white, silver casing. It's never anything original. Some of the games are really good. Red Dead, Halo.
Red Dead's not a PS or not an Xbox exclusive. You mean?
Whatever. Halo.
That's not an exclusive either.
What the f you? I don't know Xbox and PlayStation exclusive, because you know what? I'm too busy playing Legend of Zelda. I'm too busy playing Mario, which are exclusive for the Nintendo, and are the highest selling video game franchises of all time. Literally everybody knows Mario. Nobody knows who Master Chief is except for some edgy teenager.
Master Chief is hot as fuck. But that's besides the point. If you want to talk about exclusives, you're right. Nintendo's got great exclusives, recognizable exclusives. But PlayStation also has great and recognizable exclusives.
Possibly the best exclusives I've ever seen, frankly.
Shut the fuck up. Alright, PlayStation's got God of War, like The Last of Us, Spider-Man, all of these like big single player games that like, okay, sure, PlayStation doesn't do like multiplayer exclusives really. I mean, there might be a couple, but they really focuses on these really good, high-end, high-quality single player games. But then like, if you look over at Xbox, it's just completely given up. Like, they're selling their exclusives to PlayStation. Their graphics are worse. All the like COD and Halo, like stuff that you like really play on Xbox, are failing miserably right now. And then Nintendo, it's got great exclusives, but they don't have a good console. Like they've got this really good portable console, but they don't have a good home console really. Like, it's kind of falling behind.
I mean, yeah, sure, the current console, but I don't think that Nintendo as a company should be defined as what their latest console is, because every single console is so different from one another. The GameCube and the N64, the Wii U and the Switch.
Those all failed. Wii U literally sold the least amount
the
of
only one that
copies
failed was the
ever.
Wii U. The GameCube succeeded. The Nintendo 64, of course, succeeded. It wasn't as good as, you know, the PlayStation 1, but the effect has worn off. PlayStation and Xbox are left with companies that churn out consoles on a basis where their only standards are, let's make this one have a little bit more processing power, a little bit better graphics. Have you seen the advertisement for the PS5 Pro? It is ridiculous. The minute changes
There is no difference
that are between the PS5 and the PS5 Pro, and they're asking you to pay, what, an extra $200 for it?
Not even, it's like $300. No, the PS5 Pro, that's a load of shit. But if we're looking at the PS4 Pro to the PS5, there's such a huge gap in graphics and like computing power and loading times and games that you can actually play. There is a worthwhile purchase for the PS5 from the PS4. But the PS5 Pro, we're not going to talk about that. That doesn't exist. That can stay in the corner over there.
But again, these consoles don't have any personality to them.
It's a game console. It's not even a three-way here. This is a 2-on-1. None of us like your Nintendo, Hugh.
Alright, Elliot, why don't you shut up before I take the batteries out of your controllers?
How about I just touch you?
Xbox is a load of shit.
What about Halo, though?
Okay, Halo is an exception, but Halo Infinite is failing right now, so I don't want to talk about it. Like, at least Nintendo, it has good exclusives, so there's a reason to buy the newest Nintendo console.
You say newest Nintendo console? They haven't made one since Switch.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right, but at least there's a reason to buy a Switch. What can you play that's actually worth playing on Xbox that you couldn't just buy a PC or a PlayStation for?
But
Yo.
you know how many PC games are also on Xbox? Like Ace Attorney, which was originally a Nintendo 3DS game, is on Xbox. I don't even know if that's on PlayStation.
No, it's not on PlayStation, but it's on PC, so you don't need to buy an Xbox.
First off, Nintendo is a sorry excuse for a console and game. They do 3 of the same things: Mario, Pokemon, and Zelda. They don't do anything other than that. The only other thing they do is sue people.
That's real.
The only reason you think this is because you don't actually know very much about Nintendo. You only know, oh, Mario, Zelda.
Alright, name 2 other recognizable brands that Nintendo still regularly puts out.
Animal Crossing, Metroid.
Metroid is so old. They don't do that anymore.
Yes, they do. Did you see the new Metroid platformer? It's so good.
They meat ride what works, and that's it. They don't do anything different.
Right, the thing about Nintendo is they make the console around the games that they want to make. The games are their highest priority, not the consoles like PlayStation and Xbox. PlayStation, their graphics and everything gets better with every new release. That's fine, but they're not focusing on the games, and that's what you play on a console.
But sometimes, in order for the game to perform as its highest, it needs better hardware. With PlayStation, when they were releasing Spider-Man 2 for the PS5 and not the PS4, it's because they were going to use the PS5's hardware to its extent. But Starfield on the newest Xbox, when it came out, had like 30-minute loading times and sure, it might have been a good game, even though I really heard it wasn't. But even if it was a good game, you can't play it when you're spending 30 minutes of your time sitting in a ship waiting for your shit to load.
That's not really something that I can argue much about, because I do agree that Nintendo processing isn't very good, but for the games that they do want to make for the Nintendo, their consoles work just fine.
Did you play Tears of the Kingdom on launch? That shit was buggy as fuck.
It wasn't that buggy.
Dude, do you know how many bugs there are to speedrun and glitch through the entirety of Nintendo games? And Nintendo does not patch it because they only want to spit out new content that makes them more money, because they only care about the money. They don't care about the player base. They keep making new games and don't fix the ones they already have.
That's rich coming from you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that is the richest coming from the guy defending Xbox right now.
At least Xbox makes games that people actually want. Like Ace Attorney, they redid the whole entire Ace Attorney trilogy, and that was actually good.
Okay, but your main selling point right now is a Nintendo game on Xbox.
Let me lead into my next point.
Oh, Lord.
So they brought back the gaming market from the dead. When Atari was done and through with ravaging the video game market, Nintendo stepped in and they were like, hey, we like making games. Let's take a crack at games. Let's make the NES, let's make the Nintendo Entertainment System, and let's make Mario. And then they brought back gaming from the dead.
Yeah, let's make a console that makes the same
And
games
then two things
every
happened.
2
And
months.
then two things happened, Elliot. Don't fucking talk when I'm talking. I'm sorry.
No. You've been talking for like 20 minutes straight about how you're just glazing Zelda and Mario.
If I'm glazing Zelda and Peach and Luigi and Waluigi, oh my god. I'd love to glaze Waluigi.
You're just weird.
Nintendo Rule 34 Hugh again. Oh my god.
No,
Not
it was
again,
Metroid Rule 34
bro.
this time.
But if you want my opinion, oh my god,
Elliot
he is god. No, Xbox doesn't even need to be here. We just beat Xbox into the dirt.
We are so Barack.
So, as I was saying before you guys started accusing me of glazing, which isn't even that bad. So, after Nintendo brought back the video game market from the dead, two things happened. Microsoft saw that Nintendo was doing this and PlayStation was doing this, and they were like, hey, we want to take a crack at it because we like money and we don't have a gaming console and we're a big tech company, so let's do that. That was their reason for making the Xbox. And then Nintendo did a partnership with Sony, and they were going to make a console or a game. I forget what it was. But then Nintendo aborted the plan.
And why was that?
Because they saw the darkness in Sony. They saw that Sony wasn't in it for the love of the game. They were in it for the money. And then Sony, like the true villains that they are, turned around, took the blueprints that Nintendo had given them out of the graciousness of their heart, and made PlayStation. And then dominated the market with their crappy-ass 3D model games until Nintendo rose back from the depths of the Wii U to reclaim the spot as the best console with the Switch. So my argument is that PlayStation and Xbox wouldn't be around without Nintendo.
I think Nintendo is good at what it does. I just think they need a better console so they can be better. I think PlayStation is good at what it does.
There's no love in the craft, though.
Dude, what are you talking about? You're mentally ill. You don't know what you're talking about.
With Nintendo, every single console that they make, it's different, and it's made with care and love.
This company's made like 3 different versions of the Nintendo Switch in the past 7 years. So how are you saying the PS5 from the PS4 to the PS5 is bullshit if you can just say that the Nintendo Switch OLED is just so much better than the Switch, but you can call the PS5 bullshit?
The PS4 to the PS5 is like a whole generation of a console, right? The PS4 Pro or the PS5 Pro are just iterations on that console. Just like Nintendo Switch OLED or Switch Lite are iterations on the Switch. I'm not saying Nintendo is making differences with every single console that they release. I'm saying every single gen of consoles. I think Elliot's too defeated to talk right now.
Yeah,
No,
Elliot's got nothing to go.
It's because Hugh's been talking for like 14 minutes worth of the recording and just talking about how he would meat ride Waluigi to the ends of the earth. Hugh has a very serious yapping problem. And I think it's very obvious here, excluding Xbox, PlayStation is obviously the better choice between Nintendo Switch or PlayStation. PlayStation is just better.
Yes!
Are you switching sides?
No, I'm
Yes,
just saying.
Elliot, I welcome you with open arms.
Excluding the fact of Xbox, between those two, PlayStation's just better.
Top 10 worst animated betrayals of all time. You remember what happened last time there was a 2v1? You guys fucking raw dogged me. I don't want that to happen. Or maybe I do want that to happen again, you know? I don't know. I never
Alright.
tried
Nah,
before.
yeah, we're ending the episode right there.